Poetic beats. Poetic beats.
This is First GenXers.
Poetic beats. Poetic beats.
All right. Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Cheap Pop Podcast. That's right, where three old men talk pop culture, wrestling, and video games just for the fun of it. Trust me, it gets good. You always want to stay tuned.
Dude, I'm not old. Get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm
Look,
seasoned.
man, look.
I'm not old. Fuck you, bro.
I have fought back against the word old for too long, and I'm done. I'm old. It's okay. It's a good thing to be old, because today it for damn sure ain't a good thing to be young. Anyway, what was I gonna say? We are, as always, we get kicked off with the pop culture quiz. Saint left Dave hanging last week, and so Dave to some questions.
And he used all R&B questions. Literally, it was nothing but R&B. Okay.
This week we're going a little bit more of
I got one right.
Yes, he did.
Because the answer happened to be Nevermind by Nirvana.
Right, Nirvana. All right. I'll say, so this week we got some stuff that might be more in Dave's wheelhouse, but should be in both of your wheelhouses as we discuss this week's pop culture quiz question, which is, in the 1984 film Ghostbusters, what was the original name that Dan Aykroyd wanted for the group before Ghostbusters was chosen? Save your answers for the end of the segment. Let's dig into some hot takes. If you know the answer out there in viewer land, go ahead and leave it in the comment section. All right. First things up. Frazetta's iconic Conan painting shatters records with $13.5 million sale. Dave, you care to clue us in on this one? This one is.
Yeah. So we're talking about, of course, the legendary fantasy artist Frank Frazetta.
Okay.
You see one of his paintings, you automatically know who it was. He is the defining master of what's called sword and sandal art, which is basically Conan style. And what happened was recently his classic cover for one of the first paperbacks for Conan. It's an iconic painting called Man-Ape. Sold for $13.5 million at Heritage Auctions. Okay.
Heritage is money.
Yep. And it actually beat Frazetta's previous record of $6 million for Dark Kingdom, set just 2 years ago in 2023.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, well, again, I file this under shit people with money do. Because it's like when you and it's not. I don't say that in a derogatory manner. It's just a matter of when the last $50 you got to go to buying food. The last thing you think about doing is paying that much money for a painting,
Right?
Or a book, or a piece of memorabilia.
Yeah, I understand that.
Or somebody's socks for like $500,000 just because somebody's name on it was like, get the fuck out of here, bro. It's like that's worthless.
Or the bath water of a cosplaying thirst trap.
Yeah. Or here, did you just?
Yeah, but you kind of took it there, didn't you?
Yep.
A tear from Steph Curry's face from the first championship that the Warriors won just sold for $750,000. The dude caught the tear right off of Steph's face and encased it in glass. Just saying, this type of stupid shit that people are buying and paying all this money for. Joe Montana spit after he threw the catch. Like somebody wiped it up off the ground, encased it in one of those scientific things, and is now selling it for $14.65 million.
You know that, right? You know this is a clippable moment.
Just say it, man. I'm just saying.
No doubt.
So, yeah, I am.
Goodness. All right. But yeah, so congratulations to them. Like I truly appreciate that somebody is appreciative of that to invest that much of whatever they're worth into a classic and iconic piece of artwork like that. So congratulations to you, sir. Not only on winning it, but on having the money to buy it for that much.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's actually a really solid investment, especially if you love preserving modern classic art.
Very much so. All right,
classic.
Huh?
I don't know if it's classic.
Hey, it means something to that person if they spent that much for it. So.
Modern art is a classic.
All right, so we'll move on to what is probably going to be my favorite segment of the show. And that is the next hot topic, which is, if you haven't been living under a rock, Peacemaker Season 2 has been lit as, and yeah, I don't even know what to say about it. Like it to me is almost surpassing Season 1, depending on how they ended. We're only 5 episodes into an 8 episode run, so we still got 3 more episodes left to go. But what do y'all, if you guys have seen it, what do y'all think of Peacemaker Season 2 so far? Fellas?
Well, for me, Season 2, coming off the heels of the now streaming, which is now streaming
Superman.
on HBO, because they're kind of explaining this alternate universe a little more than what was told in the what you saw in Superman. And it's really crazy because it's like John Cena is like really top notch. Like his acting chops have been a lot better, way beyond what it is. And and I mean, I'm really enjoying, Peacemaker, the little alternate change up from the previous season. That was nice. I got a kick. I pretty much got a kick out of it. It's really been good. And the new.
Dave, would you ever step in real quick while we wait for to make his way back?
Sure.
Go on ahead.
I have not seen Peacemaker Season 2.
Oh, okay.
I I have been living under a rock of sorts. It's a rock. It's a rock called Vault 111.
So, well, I'd say, like I said, overall it's good. The multi-dimension thing, they've done a really good job with it. The contrast of the other dimension to this dimension is what I really like in the sense of Peacemaker's life, because basically the new dimension that he finds ends up being everything that the new dimension that he goes into ends up being everything that he was missing in this dimension.
Yeah.
I think that was extremely huge to telling the contrasting story of who Peacemaker is. Because, like, I'll be honest with you, when he first played Peacemaker in
Suicide
Squad, I wasn't feeling it. I was like, this dude's a dick. Like, why am I supposed to root for him? And then season 1 kind of showed me a little bit of why. In season 2 kind of reinforces that.
And you see, that's the thing that a lot of people miss about Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to root for any of them.
Right.
Okay? The only one that I was rooting for in the original Suicide Squad film was El Diablo, because he was on a legitimate redemption path.
Right.
Okay. So.
No, I feel you. Like I liked his story at all. I liked his particular monster that he turned into better than anybody else's, and I liked his particular character arc for sure.
Right.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Harley fan, so that worked with me too.
Yeah, but it depends on how the story is told.
Right.
If the story is, about a bunch of random a-holes who got caught by the heroes and are trying to get out quick, then you're going to have that kind of a story, and there's really no one to root for. When you have something like, say, the Justice League Unlimited episode of Task Force X, where the Suicide Squad is breaking into the Watchtower to steal something for Project Cadmus, you are kind of rooting for them.
Yeah.
To succeed, because it is so well done. The characters are so well written. It's like, these guys are killers.
Hang on a second.
Mm-hmm.
No, 100%. Like, they're not supposed to be the good guys.
They're not supposed to be the good guys. Yeah, you can get invested in the story. That's great.
Yeah.
But
they took time to show you at the beginning of the show and in introducing you to these characters that some of them are not very good people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's one of the great things James Gunn does with his storytelling, is giving us sympathetic backgrounds, no matter who the character is.
Right.
You can't help but feel sympathy for those characters. I mean, Creature Commandos was just, every origin each week was just more horrific than the one the previous week. Yeah. It's like, by the time we get to Nina's origin story, you're looking at the bride going, oh, yeah, I guess being stalked for a couple centuries doesn't sound so bad in comparison, does it?
No shit.
Just kidding, folks. Don't do stalking. It's not cool. Okay.
I did like the way that they played that angle with Frankenstein.
Oh yeah.
But all right. So overall, just a real quick synopsis. Overall thing so far. But the overall plot of the season is it follows Peacemaker as he navigates an alternate reality where his life is seemingly perfect, forcing him to confront his traumatic past. It is set in the events after the events of the DCU film Superman and addresses how the series fits into the new DC continuity, including opening the season with a scene that replaced the original Justice League that made the appearance in season 1 with the Justice Gang.
That's right.
So it's on every Thursday, so you can check it out on HBO Max.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for my to catch up on everything, and then the Disney subscription, which is linked to HBO Max, is going bye-bye.
Fair enough.
So anyway,
all right.
So, and also in further DCU news, James Gunn just recently answered a fan's question about if we're going to see, with the success of Peacemaker, are we going to see the other Charleston characters? And James Gunn said, I'm not putting it out of the discussion. So, but that would be those who aren't. Yeah, so those who aren't familiar, the Charleston characters are Blue Beetle, Peacemaker, Night Owl. No, not Night Owl. That's the Watchmen. My comic. That gummy is really messing with me, man. I gotta tell you. But the Question and Judo Master. Basically, all the characters that got translated into the Watchmen because DC didn't have the rights to the Charleston characters, which is who Alan Moore really wanted to use. But yeah, so we could be getting the Question. We could be getting Blue Beetle. Either.
Well, didn't we already get a Blue Beetle movie? Just not a part of this DCU.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and James Gunn is not made a final decision on the status of the Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle.
I hope they keep him because I thought he was pretty good in that movie.
Yep, I think so
really
too.
Liked him in that movie.
Yeah.
Hold on. I gotta unmute you. Hold on.
Okay, that's a lot better.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay. Originally, damn, I almost forgot the whole damn thing. But Judo Master. I think all of the pretty
Captain
much the
Adam.
Charleston characters have been. Yeah, and I forgot about Captain Adam as well.
Yeah.
So I think all of them have been used except probably for Captain Adam and the Question.
Yeah.
So I think
Okay. All right. Let's give him a chance to get his connection fixed there. All right. So that will wrap up our Peacemaker talk. And we'll get to answering this question. You back with us? Nope. Okay. So the pop culture quiz question is in the 1984 film Ghostbusters, what was the original name that Dan Aykroyd wanted for the group before Ghostbusters was chosen?
I think it was Ghost Breakers.
Close. Still no sense. The answer is Ghost Smashers. Yes. So what was the name Dan Aykroyd wanted for the Ghostbusters team before they chose Ghostbusters? It was Ghost Smashers. There we go. All right. So that will finish us off there and take us into... All right, and we are back. All right, sir. So first subject up. Well, first we're going to take a look at what the pop culture quiz question is for this segment. Let's see. Drum roll, please. Which 1980s singer was the first female to have 4 consecutive #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100? Saint would probably come in handy. Yeah, if you know the answer, leave it in the whatchamacallit, and I will. We will come back with the answer at the end of the segment. So the first pop culture corner thing is kind of a feel-good subject. It's kind of a feel-good, and that is about the Toxic Avenger. So the Toxic Avenger relieved millions in medical debt, but Cineverse only spent $50K to make it happen.
Yeah.
Talking about an ROI.
Mm-hmm. So the remake of the Toxic Avengers, the production company Cineverse, they donated the proceeds of the opening weekend to purchasing medical debt in America.
Okay.
And here's how screwed up the debt situation, medical or student, is in the U.S. Sorry, elevating a little bit on my political soapbox. They spent $50,000 and they bought with that $5 million in medical debt from the lending companies, because the bills were they going through the collection process, traveling on down until a collection company buys it for little pennies on the dollar in the hopes of collecting on it. So yeah, 50K gets you 5 mil.
Wow, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I have a friend who was trying to create a collective donation platform for buying medical debt, and that's the loans are completely forgiven now.
Nice.
So that's Americans who no longer have these extreme debts on their head affecting their credit and their lives. So,
See, you don't know how much. I have a friend of mine that if they did that with her medical debt, it would literally clear her credit. Like the only thing that's on her credit is medical debt. So that is amazing. Thank you to the creators of Toxic Avenger. And hey, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Maybe you'll get around.
Yep. And just for those who are interested, Cineverse partnered with nonprofit Undo Medical Debt.
All right, so
Right on.
That's the first question. Any thoughts on that, Saint, before we move forward?
No, I I had been reading, been looking into the whole thing about the Toxic Avenger and the thing with Peter Dinklage. It's really been an inspiration to those that work in this industry.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Okay, let's take a quick photo. That's the profile pic we need for him. Just that look right there.
but yeah, so congrats to
Yep. The Toxic Avenger, everyone involved in the production, the producers, the distributors.
Bravo.
And yeah, that's how you can spend a little bit of money in a donation to help make a lot of lives better.
And you get to see a good movie out of it.
Yeah.
Which should be a fun one. All right. So the next one up, again, Mr. Dave brought to us with one of the most beloved hardcore board games of all time is getting a Steam version. What game would this be?
Why, sir, this would be Twilight Imperium 4th Edition.
Okay.
So, this is a massively complex game. For those of you who are in the video game space, think of 4X games, explore, expand, et cetera, et cetera. And whoops,
Sorry. No, that was me.
Oh,
I dropped myself out and brought myself
yeah.
back.
Okay.
All right.
So it involves random tiles getting placed, so you don't know what resources are going to be somewhere until you get into that space, and then of course conflicts. So it's basically like a very, very, very complicated game of Risk. Yeah, as you're
That
trying
sounds
to,
like fun.
yeah, you know, you're not only having to build your armies, you're having to explore to find resources before your competitor gets to them to help fuel your efforts. So multiple species involved because it's science fiction, but it is getting a release on Steam and also on PlayStation and Xbox, I believe the article said.
That
Yeah.
is just plain awesome. So we all get to play it.
Yep. Yeah, 17 different factions that can be played. Each one gets different benefits.
17.
Yep.
Hell yeah! Look, I'll take it. 17 different factions.
Yeah. Actually, that's it. It's basically going to be just like Civilization, but star spanning.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
I
right.
can
So,
dig that.
so next up, we have what is going to be my favorite part of this segment, which is let's talk a little Wednesday, season 2, gentlemen.
Yeah.
So I assume we've all finished up the last 4 episodes.
I haven't, but I'm fine with spoilers. Look, dude, the Commonwealth was calling me. Okay?
It's
Preston Garvey kept giving me moments to go.
All right, so Wednesday season 2 was dropped a couple of weeks ago. I think at the beginning of September. I want to say it was like September 3rd.
Yeah, 3rd or so, yeah.
September 3rd. But it closed out what I felt was a very well done storyline as far as the Wednesday show is concerned. And that's because like I told Dave a couple of weeks ago when we kind of sort of talked about it, they gave us 2 villains for the same season. Like you had the villain that you kind of dealt with by the end of season 1, and then you had this whole new villain in. Okay, I love it because it was Steve Buscemi, but please, 100%, let's stop making the headmaster the bad person at the end of every season. Like one of the bad people at the end of every season. I'm like, no. But he was, and it was fun to watch everything come together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also the big reveal about Thing. Okay, so do you remember the tree and Pugsley's friend that got woken up? Well, it turns out that Thing was one of his hands.
I kind of figured that in there, but it's still kind of cool.
Yeah, it was kind of fun because Thing ends up saving the day in ways that like you may not have saw coming otherwise without that little twist.
Yeah.
But in general, like you said, my favorite episode of the second 4 is the Freaky Friday episode.
Yeah, that was absolutely great. Let both of the actresses spread their talent because they were both spot on mimicking each other.
Yeah.
In there.
And like you said, that was also the day we learned that
in tone and in body language and everything. So.
Yes, straight up.
I tell you what was funny though. I did like the fact that Christopher Lloyd
Yeah,
was being
was just fantastic.
yeah.
If this is his final acting bit, he can go out with pride
Yeah.
because
This was
he
great.
was just great beginning to end.
It says here in the little factoid sheet that I pulled up about it. I did not know this. So I guess Lady Gaga guest
Yes.
starred in the second half of the season as Rosalind Rotwood, a legendary.
Yep.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it
I
was
remember
good.
the character. I just don't like. I don't know. I don't really know what Lady Gaga looks like. I've never really had, even though I've seen her.
She's done some good stuff because she was
American
great
Horror
in
Story.
American Horror Story. Yeah,
Yeah.
Star is Born. She's done a lot of great stuff.
yeah.
Let's see. Thandi Newton was who?
Yes. Fondi Newton.
Was who?
She was the head psychiatrist at the
Oh, at the asylum.
Yeah,
Okay, that was my bad. Didn't
Yeah.
remember. Okay,
not the administrator,
okay.
not the administrator, the frumpy with the long brown hair.
Right. They ended up being what's his name's sister, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
And I
So-
did like Billy Piper in there too, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was overall, good stuff. I'm really hoping that it will continue and get a season 3 going.
I believe with the popularity of it, it is probably likely.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, because it's not a bad show. Meaning, like, there's a lot of different ways they can go with it. There are a lot of Adam stories that they could tell in many different ways. Like with the way they ended season 2, like there's a whole nother story left there after season 2 is done. I think that it's popular enough that people will clamor enough for it that Netflix will bring it back. I think after missing the boat on a few other shows, I think Netflix is really starting to get the they did it with Stranger Things. Stranger Things was popular, and so they kept bringing it back. And now what are we on? Stranger Things season 5 now.
Yep.
Wednesday is just, as far as I can see, Wednesday is just as popular as Stranger Things. So
Oh yeah.
I can see a reason why they wouldn't bring it back for season 3. I think it really may depend on if Jenna Ortega at what point does Jenna Ortega want to stop playing this character?
Yeah.
Does she want to continue playing Wednesday as long as they'll let her, or kind of like Thor, Chris Hemsworth with Thor?
Yeah.
On multiple occasions, he'll keep playing until playing Thor until they tell him that they don't want him anymore. So maybe Jenna Ortega will be like that. There's a lot of money to be made there.
Man.
Not to mention the fact that I want to know Pugsley's story. I want to hear more about Pugsley.
Yeah. Isaac Ordonez, I think is Pugsley's actor. He did a great job in there, just playing the younger brother, really the social outcast. One who wants to fit in, but doesn't. And he played it all aspects of Pugsley just so great.
Very well. Even the awkwardness, like you said, when he was at school,
Yeah.
and he's trying to find friends, and
Yeah.
he's just kind of awkward, and then that one guy was kind of rude to him because he's
Yep.
like, "Oh, I'm basically only your friend because Wednesday asked me to," and I was just like, "Damn."
Yep.
Didn't even really give him a shot. All right, so the last subject we have for Pop Culture Corner is this right here. New Star Wars movie just confirmed, and it's fixing a major franchise complaint, and it looks great. The movie that they're talking about is, let's see, it's been about helping usher in new age virtual products.
Star Wars Starfighter.
Yes, directed by Sean Levy, took to Instagram to share an image of star Ryan Gosling and Flynn Gray on location in the Mediterranean Sea. The two actors are on some kind of watercraft on what will likely be some kind of ocean planet in the final product. Hold on, I'm about to share this with y'all. Welcome back, Saint. Let's see. Nope, not yet. All right, well, hang on.
Yeah.
There you go.
It doesn't say anything in there. Except that it's similar to Andor in that it's going to be a standalone tale that doesn't necessarily have to be connected to everything that came before. So it's being positioned as a one-off. What the? Oh,
All right, sorry. I had to.
yeah.
But yeah. So no, I agree with you. Like, there's not much info on it, but at this point, I have not been disappointed with just about anything that they've put out as of recently. So I don't think I'm going to be disappointed with this either.
No, it's going to be good. Yeah.
I'm looking to see what is the major whatchamacallit that it solves.
What's the major? Who are the major stars in it?
No, it says fixes a major franchise.
Oh, the major franchise flaw that everything's all connected to this one singular family.
Oh, to just the
right. There's no real one-off movies. Yeah. Everything has to be connected to everything else. So, and I mean, remember, Rogue One was a one-off film. It had some tie-ins, but not nearly all that much. So right. Starfighter's going to be the same way as Rogue One was. Where
I was going to say the only thing the only thing that tied in Rogue One to the main series is the final scene. Where it connects. Yeah, where it connects with being that scene where they're delivering to Leia. Princess Leia. So.
Yeah.
All right. So that will wrap it up. Any thoughts on the new Star Wars movie here, Saint?
Yeah. I wouldn't mind them, separating, a completely one-off story somewhere in another corner of the universe, because you got to think about it. Even the games are connected to the Star Wars. Saw Gerrera was actually in Jedi, the first one.
Well, he started off in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
As a one-off character. That just grew. Yeah.
It's just okay. We're having some tech problems. Tech tinkers, if you're out there, help a brother out.
That's right.
All right. So so that'll do it for Pop Culture Corner. So let's get back to that question. Let's see if Sam is here for it. Nope. Unfortunately not. All right, so let's go back to the Pop Culture Quiz question before we move on to the break. And that is, which famous which famous 1980s singer was the first female artist to have 4 consecutive #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100?
I'm going to go with Madonna.
I want to say close but no cigar, but Whitney Houston is the answer. Whitney Houston. I think so. It looks like it's Saint taxing this on my end. Yeah, I think so, sir. Because we're not having even any stuttering.
Yeah.
So, all right, while we try to get Saint back and take our first break, after the break, we're going to have talk about WWE, Raw, and SmackDown. I'll give a small review of Wrestlepalooza, my thoughts on it, and then we can continue forward from there. Hold on a second. Back with us? Yeah, there he is. What's up, man?
I don't know what the hell is going on. Is it my end?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is because we're both coming through fine. We'll say, but all right. So you missed the pop culture quiz question. You might have gotten it, but
I probably didn't.
You'll catch the next one. So thank you guys for watching. This is the Cheap Pop Podcast right here on the WKK Double Network, part of the First GenXers Broadcast Network right here on Twitch and YouTube. We will see you guys after the break. Hold on. First, I got to bring up the break. This is now versus then. This is now versus then. It's after you've heard it for the 800th time. All right, y'all. Stay up. Stay great. What we got?
Mm-hmm.
This is now versus then. This is now versus then. Get on your mark, let's go. This is now versus then. Burning up your radio, still turning up the heat with Poetic on the flow. Got you moving to the beats with the Saint as your host. Shout out the collective, hold it down, we gon' clown, that's the lesson. Where Generation X meets Generation Next, with them bangers from the east to the south to the west. Yeah, this how we do it in Sacktown. Slide to the studio, yup, it goes down. Everybody fall through. These beats gon' pound, waking the game up, told you it goes down. And this is only the intro. Turn the mics on, shout out to my kinfo. Where you at, y'all? Let's get this started. Turn down for what we about to start the party. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. This is now versus then. This is now versus then. This is now versus then. This is now versus then.
So we're going to get to talking some NBA free agency. The Dolphins trade Jalen Ramsey. Anyway, so we'll start out with
They say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But the definition of beauty is distorted. Yeah. Come on. Searching for yourself, so insecure about the way you look, so you go to Miami. You can't find the love within yourself.
also muted. Hello, we are also muted.
Hmm?
Yeah. What the hell happened here?
That was just a test to see if the people that are watching are actually watching.
No. I.
Well, we got some folks out there. There's somebody out there watching. Come on, man.
That we do. All right.
Have a little faith.
So what we're going to do here is we're going to get started running down the ramp. We're going to jump the barricade. I'm going to do a full flip. We're going to land our asses in. Let's rock and roll, gentlemen. First up will be the pop culture quiz question. Maybe Saint will stick around long time. This time long enough to answer this one.
Oh wow!
All right. So what was the question that we're going to be looking at? What 1980s primetime TV soap opera famously featured the Who Shot JR cliffhanger, which became one of the most watched television events of the decade? Hey man, you missed out on the harder questions, so don't look at me like that. Okay, the other questions were harder. You aren't here. All right, so let's jump over to Monday Night Raw. Talk about some of the key things that happened there, as it was the go-home show for Wrestlepalooza, which happened yesterday. Let's see some of the key moments, or some of the match results, were as follows: Lyra Valkyria, our raven-haired princess,
That's right.
is defeating Roxanne Perez. After the match, Raquel Rodriguez attacked her, leading to the surprise return of Bayley.
Yep.
Who had a weird moment where she kind of like looked like she was gonna attack her, and then like ran out the ring and hugged everybody.
Yep.
Like just because she could.
Yep.
I don't know. She sounded I'm sorry. That was real weird because she looked like she went back in time to the hugging persona.
Mm-hmm.
Like she was, like dead ass. That was really fucking weird. And I'm like,
yeah, but very much so.
Yeah, they are. I mean, as someone who deals with depression, have gone through bipolar and I can't remember, clinical and others. It's good that they're dealing with this kind of storyline, because it really does afflict millions of people in there. Is it necessarily the way that I would want to see it being represented?
probably.
But no, because it sort of trivializes it to some point. But with that being said, Bayley having the mental argument out loud between the different personas in her mind, it do be like that sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
No, 100%. I like that aspect of it. But I also like that she's not overplaying it. Like, this isn't Mickey James stalking Trish Stratus from the late 1990s. You know, this is more of a nuanced character that has a lot going on inside of her.
Right.
All right.
So the question will be is if the nuance gets understood by the general audience.
Yeah.
Instead of us three smart Alex saying it.
I guarantee you, if it goes any further, I guarantee you, Bayley's gonna come out she's gonna come out in one of these scenes. She's gonna come out as the hugger persona.
Oh yeah,
I'm telling you,
because it's gonna be her. This whole thing is gonna be her flipping between basically her two personas that she's had since she's been with WWE, the hugger gimmick, and then what she was when she was a heel for like a few years alongside Mercedes Moné, back then known as Sasha Banks. All right. So the other matches that took place were Penta taking on Kofi Kingston and beating Kofi Kingston. Let me see, El Grande Americano defeating Dragon Lee via submission. Stephanie Vaquer pinning Kairi Sane via pinfall. This match was done by Asuka. That was an interesting storyline the way they did that.
Yeah. Yep. I will say that I'll have to get this term up. So hang on. Okay. Hang on. It's okay. So there's no. It's strange that there's no real anime term for it, but they do call it the noblewoman's laugh, because we all know. Yeah, we all know that sound. We're all anime nerds. We know it. She's gotten that down perfectly in her reactions. So, and then of course poor Kairi just she's the child of the divorce in here that's headed away.
Oh yeah, 100%. All right, and then we closed out with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed beating LA Knight and Jimmy Uso. Yeah. Otherwise known as Jimmy Knight. I'll say no. Let me see.
With the continuing payback feud between LA Knight and Jey Uso, spanning over from last week, where LA Knight got out of the way of the previous charge by Bronson Reed, only for Reed to smack straight into Jey, and Jey signaled his displeasure with a Kacha-looking spear. And Monday Night opened up with LA Knight bringing the receipt in the opening minutes backstage. It's like, now we good.
That was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Also, as far as segments and storylines, they cut a promo. John Cena cut a promo for his match against Brock Lesnar. As always, Cena hyped up the crowd. I've never heard a better wrestler at putting a match over on the Go Home show. I've never seen anyone better than John Cena. Whether you liked him or you hated him, he got you hyped for that match.
Yeah.
The champ is here.
In a segment in which CM Punk and AJ Lee faced off with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Becky and Seth seemed to show cracks, but they weren't really cracks. They were just a distraction for Becky to hit AJ Lee with
a Exploder.
Yeah, no.
Manhandle Slam. Yeah.
Manhandle Slam. Yeah. So, It was a great little segment.
I will admit, well played.
Very much so. All right, and then we talked about that. Okay, so Raw had its high moments and its low moments. So did this show, the one and only Diggity Down. SmackDown was, I believe, in Ohio this week, somewhere. And it started with Brock Lesnar coming out and beating people up. He was supposed to have an interview with Michael Cole. He literally picks up Michael Cole, like not in the dating sense, in the literal sense, and throws him over his shoulder and rolls him into the ring. And I sat there thinking to myself, they're not going to let Michael Cole take him that far. Not at his age. Like,
Yeah.
they're not about to let. And I was right. As Corey Graves runs into the ring, begs Brock not to F5 Michael Cole, and Brock Lesnar goes, okay, then I'll hit you with a couple of them. I got to get this out somewhere. So he does his thing, lays out Corey Graves.
Mhm.
Michael Cole is then at the end of this segment on commentary, and then Michael Cole is eventually replaced by The Miz because he's awesome. Okay, so
Smack him, dude.
you know,
Especially for that gimmick. He is not forgiven this year for that him and no.
what
That
Melo
worst
Miz?
worst tag team ever.
I think they were a great tag team. It's their name that was the worst ever. Melo Don't Miz is just stupid. Like, no offense to the Miz or Carmelo Hayes, they're both great individually, but Melo Don't Miz was just a stupid name. It just was. And it just, every time that they said it, it sounded like they were jamming a gigantic square peg into a tiny round hole. And it just was not working. Just clang, 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 clang. Anyway.
It's not even a one-hit wonder. Anyway, keep going.
Anyway, all right. So we also had the Charlotte Flair and the wonderful Miss Bliss defend their tag team titles against Chelsea Green and the Secret Hermits. To me, it was a hell of a match.
Oh, the Hervis.
Yeah. And the right, I'm sorry. Anybody disagrees, the right people won. I love what they're doing with Charlotte and this right now. Alexa Bliss is just so adorable. Yes, even in all black, even carrying the scary doll, she's still adorable.
Especially adorable when Alexa's daughter gets involved in the act too, dressed up just like mom. That's so freaking adorable. I gotta take a shot of insulin just looking at those pics.
All right, we also had, what's up?
Nothing, just saying way too sweet.
Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed defeated Axiom and Nathan Frazier.
Fraxium.
I like those guys, man.
Yeah. I just think that they need to have something beyond their gimmick being speed. Like, in a bunch of cool moves. I think this may be a hot take to some, especially those AEW fans. But I think that's the difference between AEW and WWE. Is in AEW, it's fine for you to just not spam moves, but do a bunch of wrestling moves in a match and have that beat everything you are. And you can still get over with their fan base. But in WWE, you have to have some kind of personality. Like, you have to have something that makes you individual and special. But not to say every single WWE, don't get in the comment section about, what about this wrestler? Not every single, some of them have it, some of them don't. But I think especially when you're a tag team as well, you got to have some kind of charisma in order to really get over with the crowd. And no offense to Fraxium, but it seems like their whole personality is, look at us. We can move really, really fast and do a bunch of cool wrestling moves. But beyond that, there's not much personality there. You know, and that shit might
I can believe it.
Or that stuff might even get you over in NXT. Because the NXT crowd is more about pure wrestling than they are about personality and shiny. They respond well to it, but that's not what they're about. And then you look at how Fraxium is doing. They got hot for like that long, and then they were just kind of there. And so I think the reason is your persona or your gimmick has to be more than just, look at me, I can do a bunch of cool wrestling moves. Right? Anyway, of course, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed won. Sami Zayn had his open challenge, to which I tried to predict that The Miz was going to get involved. and cost Sammy his belt. But alas, I was gratefully wrong. And Sammy retained against Carmelo Hayes. But it was one hell of a match. So, all right. Let's see. Other segments including the contract signing the main event contract signing between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. Of course, got ugly.
Of course.
Beating the hell out of each other until SmackDown went off the air. A brawl broke out between Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, and Nia Jax. So Nick Aldis scheduled a match for next week, a triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship between those three ladies. I'm looking forward to that. I said it to my boy Cole the other day. If Tiffany survives this triple threat, they will. She's going to keep the belt at minimum until WrestleMania. Because I just don't see those are her two biggest competitors. She knocks them both out in one match. Who are they really going to be able to build up enough to legitimately hand them the title? Or
I can see
Jade
that.
Cargill, and then we start a new era in SmackDown. We'll see. Damian Priest made his official transition from the Damian Priest he was to the Punisher, which was his gimmick back when he was in MLW. So expect to see a different side of. All I want to know is this. Who is Wilson? Who is Kit Wilson? Because I had no idea who he was until Damian Priest threw his ass through a wall. No, nobody knows. Well, I guess he ain't gonna be known anymore because he went through it. Reminds me of my favorite scene from Gone in 60 Seconds. I think it's not Skeet Ulrich. I think it's Timothy Olyphant is the guy that's opposite Delaware Lindo. And they're sitting there chasing after Nick Cage, and one of the police cars that's in front of him gets hit by a wrecking ball and taken all the way through.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then he drops him off, and he steps out the car. He goes, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Because you just went through a wall." Like that's exactly what I felt for Kit Wilson after the Damian Priest segment. You okay? You just went through the wall. Grown man just chucked you through a wall like it was paper. Anyway.
That shit was though.
Street Profits seem to be heading towards a breakup. Yet another
Yeah,
segment.
I got questions, man. Like, what the hell is going on?
The discrepancies between them. And also, they got attacked by the Wyatt Six. They got distracted by Bo Dallas, and then got attacked by Eric Rowan from behind.
Yeah.
So we'll see what this leads to. We'll see. All right. So last segment that we will talk about is the one and only Wrestlepalooza. It came on yesterday. Unfortunately, these gentlemen were not able to see it. But guess what?
Now, I did hear about, now I will tell you this, according to the internet, now I did see a whole bunch of sad faces because from what I heard, Brock Lesnar beat the hell out of John Cena.
Oh, my friend.
Like he beat him like a redheaded stepchild.
Yeah, I think we're leading to a not WrestleMania match, but whatever the December pay-per-view is going to be their final match.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say John Cena was beyond manhandled. He was beaten like a redheaded stepchild.
Riding government mule.
Yep. Let's put it to you like this. John Cena hit Brock Lesnar with 3 consecutive FUs or attitude adjustments, whatever we're calling it now. And Brock still kicked out. Yeah. I knew at that moment Cena was not winning. And
how many
3
F5s?
F5s later, Cena lost. But there's got to be. But then again, though, here's the thing I don't want. I hope that they did this to get this out of the way. And Cena's final match is going to be against somebody else, like Roman Reigns or somebody like that. Because to me, this would be similar. If the last match that Cena has is against Brock Lesnar, he does like he's supposed to do and goes out on his back. It means nothing. Brock's an established wrestler. It does nothing for his career. That final loss, if Cena goes that route, should go to trying to think of somebody solo that would need the boost. Sami Zayn, somebody like that, like an AJ Styles. Oh no, AJ Styles is kind of established already too. He doesn't need the run, but you guys get what I'm saying. Like you know what I'm saying, somebody that could use the run. Like, but I know I'm using terms I shouldn't be. Sorry, wrestlers. But I just have to know what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Yeah, but John Cena lost big time to Brock Lesnar. AJ Lee, in her first match in over 3,000 days, looked amazing. She wasn't perfect. She wasn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But she gave us what we all wanted. She gave us all the moments we wanted. And they gave us a great match, only for it to finish with AJ Lee tapping out Becky Lynch in the center of the ring with the octopus, whatever she calls it.
The Black Widow tarantula. So I know she's all spiders. Yeah. Now I did see some social media posts about people comparing Seth and Becky's matching outfit to like Ivan Ooze for the Power Rangers movie.
That would be a fair comparison, my friend.
Or SpongeBob SquarePants.
Because I very much said to myself, what the are they wearing?
Yep.
I need to see this.
Yeah, hold on, let me see if I can find it.
I have to see this. This has to be this. This has got to be really crazy.
Yes. There it is. Hold on.
Prepare yourself.
Okay, here we go. Hold on. You ready for this? Dun, 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 dun. You tell me what you think.
I mean,
at least they're matching.
I mean, they're matching, but I mean, it's like the purple people eater or some shit like that, or like what the fuck is? I mean, what the hell are they wearing?
No clue, sir.
They look like a mid '80s Eurosynth duo.
No. They no.
They look like some twins out of Dragon Ball Z.
No, look. That's the Wonder Twins on crack.
With some acid on the side.
With some because no, like the mask. Like, is she wearing those glasses or is she wearing a mask? Like
they're both wearing glasses. Those are covered glasses. Why?
What the fuck is on her shoulders?
No clue. Same thing that's on his. All right, so yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's just
Jesus.
That wasn't it. Sorry, Seth. Sorry. All right. Here we go. All right, so you also had your new Women's World Champion, La Primera, Miss Stephanie Vaquer, in what was easily a potential match of the year candidate. EO Sky and Stephanie McCare put on a quality show. And
I heard there was a clinic.
Proud of
Yep.
both. They showed us that is despite what people in that other company may say, the women's division in WWE is just fine.
So, and Stephanie Vaquer is going to defend next against Jade Cargill.
No, Tiffany Stratton is going to defend next against Jade Cargill.
Okay, I thought.
They haven't announced who her next opponent is. She's not on SmackDown anyway. Jade Cargill's on SmackDown. She's on Raw.
Okay, right. Because I thought that the whole, fight for the belt, that somebody was in line for a championship match with Naomi.
That was Stephanie Vaquer.
Oh, okay.
She
And
was supposed to face her at Clash of Paris, and then they pushed it back, and then that's when they set up Wrestlepalooza, and then she won.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then,
So her first.
Rhea Ripley's the other one now.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley may be her first challenger, which will be an amazing.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry again.
No problem. That's how we get it straight, right? By talking it through.
Yeah.
All right. So also the fifth and final match of the night was the Vision, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed taking on the Usos, who were back together for the first time in years and gave an amazing entrance utilizing the Fireflies. And here's the part that I didn't see. I didn't see where on SmackDown or Raw they announced that LA Knight was going to be the special guest referee of this match.
Wasn't wrong, but
Hold on, Saint. I think you muted yourself. I want to unmute yourself.
All right.
Nope. Oh,
I saw the clip, and that was LA Knight. Like, okay, what the fuck? Like,
Oh no, my favorite part is Bronson Reed goes to hit Jey Uso, I think it was, with a chair, and LA Knight gets in his face, and he's like, no, and he takes the chair from him, and then like 5 minutes later, they end up on the outside, and Jey Uso's got the chair, and Bronson Reed is bent over, and LA Knight looks at him. He looks at LA Knight, and LA Knight just goes and turns around and looks the other way while he hits him. But so basically, after that moment, it became a free for all. Because at one point, LA Knight turned his back while Bronson Reed and them do something illegal. It just became a no disqualification match.
yeah.
And
And I guess the reports coming out that Jay is in concussion protocol
Really,
after that fight. Yeah.
I did not hear anything about it, but if
Really?
he is, we wish him well.
It's just starting to come out.
So I will say this. Wrestlepalooza as a whole was a great card. It wasn't WWE's best ever, but it was a great card. Let's talk that main event as well, where Cody Rhodes retains the title against Drew McIntyre. After Drew McIntyre basically hurt himself trying to Claymore Cody through the bottom of the announce table and ended up messing up his foot. I think he actually hurt himself because he had his boot off and had the doctor looking at his foot. And he ended up not being able to finish Cody, and Cody got the win with the Cody Cutter, etc. So
why would you do that?
Why would you do what?
No, like do a Claymore. Like that's like that under the table politics. That shit that happened with the last match. Like like
Yeah.
what happened?
Some of the I don't know. Some of the key things going on right now when it comes to this particular pay-per-view, this was the first WWE pay-per-view on ESPN, which is the new home of the WWE pay-per-views, except for WWE NXT pay-per-views and Saturday Night Main Events, which will remain on Peacock. I thought it was done well. I thought that the intro to the event really kind of showed how the blending of sports and this style of wrestling has been there for a very long time, dating back to the 80s, the 70s. It's not something new. It is sports. There's a reason why Vince wanted to call it sports entertainment, because it is. Wrestling is the one thing that combines sports and true entertainment. So it's an accurate description. But at the end of the day, this particular pay-per-view did a good job of.
I mean, you're not wrong, bro. But I think what mattered more to Vince is that by calling it sports entertainment, he bypassed the regulations required for sporting events in regards to the athletes having to clear medical board for clearance to fight.
He wouldn't have to get licenses, so on and so
Yes,
forth. It was
exactly.
looked at similar to boxing. Hold on a second. Cole. What's up?
So.
Oh well.
Yeah. But yeah, I think there were more than just marketing on Vince's mind.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, and like I said, there has always been a connection between sports and wrestling. So, and I think it also shows how WWE is like years ahead of any of their competition as far as eyes on product and making their name a household name.
Yeah.
They're showing an intro that kind of blends in all of the big five or all of the big four with your footage, kind of establishing you as the fifth of a big five.
Yeah.
I like
it. I think that post Vince, TKO has been very, very smart with their expansion. I'm not down.
They're not very fan friendly, but they are very business wise. They're
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is why I completely, Worlds Collide, September. I completely understand and agreed with the fans that were booing the announcement of WrestleMania 43 being in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
That's going to be a bad look for them.
They've been dealing with Saudi Arabia for the past 10 years, and their numbers have done nothing but go up. So I don't think that anybody's going to stop watching. I think people are going to but I don't think people are truly going to stop watching, because if they were, they would have stopped watching after the original Crown Jewel 8 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, but there's a difference between Crown Jewel and
WrestleMania.
Yes. Okay.
And then
hold on. But the money is the same. It's still the same. The issue that people are saying would make them walk away is the blood money. The money is the same for Crown Jewel as it is for WrestleMania. So why bounce with WrestleMania if you didn't bounce from Crown Jewel when they announced they were going there in the first place to go do Crown Jewel? Not to mention the fact they've been doing shows over there for a long time.
Well, but you know what? I still have a question.
People have to agree with it. I'm just saying, if you didn't stop watching when they signed the initial 10-year Saudi contract, this was part of the Saudi contract. WrestleMania coming out there was a part of the Saudi contract 10 years. So if you didn't get mad then, why all of a sudden get mad now when they're announcing that they're going to do it?
I'm not getting upset about it. I'm just like, it's just a couple of questions. Like, I'm still trying to figure out why WrestleMania is going to be at Vegas again this year instead of going to New Orleans, because
which was the plan.
That was the plan.
Okay, so I can tell you exactly why. I looked it up yesterday when speaking with when watching Wrestlepalooza. Mm-hmm. They did it strictly for the money. They made so much money at Vegas last year that TKO said, let's do it in Vegas again this year. Like, that's literally the whole reason why they do it. There's no insider thing. There's no like sneaky little thing that happened. It's simply because they made so much goddamn money and they feel that they can do a better job of it again or this year than they did of it last year, because it was a first time thing and now they've done it already before. So I get where people are upset. I would have loved to see it in New Orleans myself, but in general, money. You want an answer as to why they chose to go back to Vegas? Money. They could probably make a whole heck of a lot more money with Vegas than they can with New Orleans. Unfortunately,
that's understandable. So
making money. Oh no, yeah. I think sometimes people forget that they're a business. You know, they're a business first. Yes, they're here.
Yeah, I'm saying no. We don't forget. We don't forget that.
Yeah.
It's just that there's so much stuff that gets buried on top. Like, you're absolutely right about the Saudi contract.
Yeah.
But that was, what, 10 years ago that they signed it or something like that? And so what's been going on since then? And I'm sure that it wasn't a heavily promoted and talked about aspect of the contract. So, and people are just kind of waking up to it. It's like, it's like, wait, that said what?
And here's the issue that I've always had as well. I get it.
Yeah.
Saudi people, the way that their regime lives over them is horrible.
Yeah, the government is
unreputable. But here's the deal: the people that live in that deserve to be entertained. The people that are being forced to live in that deserve to be able to break away from the monotonous grind of evil and dark clouds for a moment. And if WWE brings them that, I don't see a reason to deny them that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And although
I get that too.
I get the morality, but I still see it as that. You can hold the Saudi prince as responsible as you want, but I think the people deserve. They're huge wrestling fans. Like, that's the whole thing about it.
Right.
Wrestling is huge in that part of the world, and so I think fans that give so much to the business don't deserve to be shunned of the business because the people that run their government. Because let's be honest, not to get political or stand up on the soapbox, but America really wouldn't deserve a WrestleMania right now. You know what I'm saying? With it's how it's treating its people. So I get it. And yes, I would have much rather seen it in France before I see it in Saudi. But this is a part of the Saudi deal.
Yep. I'm not.
I feel, but no, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
I completely agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying, for me, I look at it from those angles, makes it a little bit less, bad guyish. All right, so we got to wrap this one up so we can get to the video game segment. So let's get our pop culture quiz question out the way, gentlemen. Which 1980s primetime TV soap opera famously featured Who Shot JR Cliffhanger, which became one of the most watched television events in history of television, or no, in history of that decade?
Dallas.
Yep.
Amen. Dallas. Hallelujah. All right, so since Tech Tinkers is with us, I'll mention him again, going into his favorite segment of the day. All right, and one last mention of wrestling from Wrestlepalooza. Congratulations to Stephanie McMahon, as The Undertaker came out and made an appearance to announce that she will be headlining the 2026 class of the WWE Hall of Fame. So congrats to Steph on that. All right, so here is the final pop culture quiz question for you, gentlemen. Get your minds and your brains ready. Put on your thinking caps, because what video game released in 1980 was the first to feature a power-up that allowed players to temporarily change the game dynamics? It should be an easy one. We'll see at the end of the segment. All right, Dave, time to step up to the mic and let us know what is going on with Borderlands for PC performance.
Okay, so Borderlands 4 came out really strong, but the players are not happy that it requires specific DLSS and frame generation to run decently, even on high-end hardware. And CEO Randy Pitchford, Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford, has kind of tossed some napalm onto the discussion with, it's like, well, it's pretty damn optimal.
Damn.
Which, yeah.
It's
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
That's funny.
Yep.
that
Yeah, it's just basically, you know, it's an example of how they're programming for looks, but not necessarily for optimal performance for those looks. It's, you know, kind of, remember the controversy over Crisis and its performance speed? Yeah, it's just another thing like that. I mean, we also saw it with the launch of Starfield, with, you know, the upper end but not high end tech requirements for playing it on PC. So, yeah, it's not good. I mean, especially because this is the PC version, not the Xbox or PlayStation version. They're doing just fine. So,
all right.
yep.
So what's up next? We got La Sombra and Toreador clans. Hey, yay! Are added back to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 base game following fan backlash to original premium DLC plans.
Right. So, long development hell, Bloodlines 2, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. They've been getting some bad press recently because of the announcement, I guess it was like last month, that the base game was going to be cutting down on a lot of the clans that you can play just using the base game.
Yeah.
Everyone else was going to be premium DLC.
Okay.
So that didn't sit right. And so, in an example of a correct response from Video Game Corporation, Paradox Interactive just basically said, "You're right, our bad. So we're not totally scrapping the plans for clans for DLC, but we're going to include these two into the base clans that you can have." Yeah.
Damn.
Damn. Well, you got a company to admit they were wrong.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh man, that's a plus right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And that happens, and it happens often.
And unfortunately, fortunately for people like me who already have an Xbox, I don't have to worry about this. Series S. Others will, as Xbox console prices are going up again in the US. By $50. You know what this is telling me? Whereas back in the day, you used to wait 6-8 months, a year after a console came out to go buy it, so that way the price would drop to a reasonable price.
Yeah.
You're going to be buying it as soon as the console comes out because that'll probably be the most reasonable price that it will ever be put at.
Right.
Because from there, it's just going to
go. Yeah. So, more specifically, all the Series S, the 512 gigabyte and the 1 terabyte, they're both going up by $20 from their prices. Series X is going to go up by $50, whether that's digital or regular Series X. The Series X 2 terabyte special edition is going to jump up $70.
Why do these people believe that this is going to encourage people to buy their product?
Well, it's the problem is fluctuation with the tariffs and uncertainty.
That's just plain insane.
Yep.
Shout out to Wood. What's up, bro? Catching us on the late side. Thanks for joining us. Same with Tech Tinkers. I see you.
Yep.
I see you. All right. This one, another one brought to us by Dave. Let's see. Square Enix is officially remaking their most controversial RPG from 2000. What game would this be, sir?
This would be Dragon Quest VII, and it's not for any content-related purpose that's controversial, because it's cutesy anime JRPG. You know, so, but what made it controversial was that it just wasn't great. That a lot of people pointed to the 2D artwork when 3D was just starting to become the standard in there. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about a game that came out in 2000, near the end of the PS1 life span. So they didn't like the visuals. They, you know, and again, you got games like Final Fantasy Tactics and Suikoden 2 that use 2D visuals, but were still great. The pacing, it was just super slow for the story to get going, and so it just wasn't the best entry in the long-running Dragon Quest series.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. And our final subject up is Marvel's Wolverine playtests seem to be going incredibly well.
Yeah.
So as we've heard before in the past, Marvel will Marvel will be releasing another Wolverine game. I believe, didn't they release one a few years back? No,
They've released them.
Did they release
Way
one in
back.
Origins?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
on Activision.
I'm not saying this company released one. I'm just saying, like, there's been a Wolverine game out there.
Yeah, there's been multiple
there's been,
Wolverine
like,
games.
3 or 4.
But supposedly the play tests for this particular version are going pretty well.
Yep. And this is from Insomniac Studios, the company that made the fantastic Spider-Man series, which I just wrapped up the gameplay for Spider-Man 2 on Friday night, archived on our Twitch channel.
Oh, so you finally got it, huh?
Finally finished it off, yeah. And yet another Pyrrhic victory for Peter Parker.
All
So,
right.
Well, damn. Finally beat that one. I still haven't beaten that game.
I still haven't played more than 25% of that game.
yeah, it's another gut punch.
Is it?
Not quite as bad as the original Spider-Man game, but it's still really bad with great setups for a sequel. Oh my gosh.
Now, there is, a game that I recently discovered, and also recently discovered I could use my Xbox controller with my console via Bluetooth, which is a wonderful discovery. Or not my console, but my tower.
Yeah.
And I started playing this game called No Man's Sky.
Oh yeah.
And I know both of you have played it before. I'm new to it.
Absolutely.
So, and Mr. Suave is currently attempting to help me out with it. Shout out to him. He helped me get all the stuff I needed to build my first little base. But at the end of the day, it's worth a play to anybody out there that's watching. Like, real talk, check it out. It's an old ass game, but like Swab was telling me from the classroom, he was telling me that there's like a quintuple universes that you can travel to, and each one has a few hundred planets for you to explore and build bases on and like that. I brought this up to talk about the fact that I've learned how to fly now. In the first part of that game, I was using the keyboard controls, and I looked like a blind deaf man trying to fly a plane. I wish Swab had took the video of it, but there's a video of me in my plane. He watched me fly. I flew completely over the station I was supposed to land in, went over the side of the thing, crashed into the ground, and was bouncing across the ground, then went up the mountain and landed on top of the mountain. Yeah, it was difficult to do with my with the friggin' keypad. Now that I have the Xbox controller connected to it, it was pretty good. Well, I say now that I have the Xbox connected to it, No Man's Sky has been pretty fun. And like I said, I have a homie who's so much further ahead in the game. He already has all the resources I need to get through all of my little tininess, so I don't really have to go.
It's a good play
and collect stuff. He just gives it to me and allows me to complete what I get to.
It's worthy to have your attention, bro. Trust.
Yeah.
It seems like I'm not going to be able to effectively beat it. Like, I'm going to be playing it for the next 5-10 years, and I won't be able to effectively beat it. I'll have some good days. I'll have a lot of stuff, but there'll be no beating. So, I like games like that. I like that thought process. Now, a game that has so many different things you can do in it that you never really finished. All right, gentlemen, we got time for one more subject. Does either one of you have something you want to talk about?
Did we talk about the Nintendo patent last week?
I do not believe we did. I don't believe we got to it.
Okay, so Nintendo was awarded a patent for gameplay that involves catching and summoning sub-characters to fight with. Yeah, that's.
I think we touched on it. I think we touched on it.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Well,
we didn't really get into it.
Yeah, there's also update on Tencent's response to Sony suing it over the infringements on Horizon Zero Dawn for their new game.
Oh.
So.
Well, weren't we talking about how like it'd be kind of hard to put a patent? No, that was the patent that we were talking about. Where whatchamacallit tried to get the patent on the way that people, introduce their monsters in the little tag team thing. And they shouldn't be able to, because that's just a general mechanic of all kinds of games.
Yeah, so we're talking about Sony suing Tencent over Light of Motorum, which you are also playing a primitive, a primitive fighting robotic animals, with robotic animals looking remarkably like the design from Horizon Zero Dawn. Well, Tencent responded by secretly altering the looks and saying, no, they look nothing alike, and they still look pretty close to being alike. So yeah, that's.
What are you talking about? He has red hair and he has red hair. They look nothing alike.
Yep. So, that development just came out last week.
Yeah, man, the video game world and the computer world is getting weird. It's getting weird.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, anybody else? Any last minute subjects?
No, not in particular. I will say this though. I've been playing Shinobi, the Shinobi game, and man, that game is a piece of work, bro. And it's really like I've really been getting into it. Like these all these side scroller games have really been fantastic. The Ninja Gaiden game now, He-Man is fixing to come out, and I'm waiting for that one.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be good because now you got GI Joe. Now you got you've had a couple of Power Rangers games. Like all of these side-scrolling games have been excellent, and I've really been playing them a lot. I've really been playing those a lot. Those man, mm, mm, mm. It's an awesome piece
Mhm.
of work, man.
Thank you.
Get back into some of the old school shit. I'm telling you, I love it. I played the first boss in Ninja Gaiden today, and man, it was a thought process well thought out.
Those developers did a really good job of developing difficult patterns to follow to be able to beat some of these main bosses.
Yeah, and I mean,
Yeah, I would love to see a Thundercats video game. Like,
I
that would be
I'd
pretty
like
cool.
to see that too.
Yeah.
Even Silverhawks, I'll even take that.
Oh, I saw a video the other day on Facebook that had me dying. It was about the WMAC Masters. And the dude was like, "Does anybody remember this show?" And I was like, yes, I do. And then he started rattling off like where the guys that were in WMAC Masters had been seen before. And I didn't know that the black dude from WMAC Masters starred in Mortal Kombat. He was the first guy that dies, the one that Liu Kang beats. And Shang Tsung
Oh,
takes the soul. That dude was on WMAC Masters. Now, he also brought up one of the funky things about it was this thing that they had where the guys would fight in real life in predetermined fights, but they set it up like you were watching somebody play a video game. And like people would do their, oh yeah, the guy that did that also, sorry, this was just another side thing. The guy that was the original Liu Kang in the first two Mortal Kombat games was also in WMAC Masters.
Robin Shu, really?
Yeah. And no, not the movie, in the first video game.
Oh, okay. Oh, the
Yeah,
digital
in Mortal
actor.
Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah, and then of course, the one thing everybody should remember about WMAC Masters is who was it hosted by?
Shannon Lee.
Yes, Bruce Lee's daughter.
I remember that show like nobody's business, man.
Mask was a good show too. Yeah. Robotech, I just want to see the original Robotech make a comeback because I think it would still be popular today. I want to see the original Robotech just remaster the film or the digital or whatever, and then let's put it out. You don't need to draw anything new. You don't need to add anything. Just
Yep. It's something that can be. It's already on. I think Crunchyroll or High Dive.
yeah.
I can't remember
I
which.
believe you can get it on Prime too if you want to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually started playing the Robotech game not too long ago, and man, it just reminded me so
Which-
much of
Which Robotech game? Battlecry?
yeah,
or-
Battle Cry.
Right.
Battle Cry.
Yeah.
And on the PS2, and I got to playing and just remembered like, damn.
And Invasion was pretty cool for FPS where you're playing the Cyclone Rider.
What oh really?
Yep.
I
I
never
have that
got
on
I
my-
never got the chance to play that particular Robotech game.
It's on. It was on the 360. So.
Okay.
All right, guys. So this is going to wrap us up. So let's get back to that pop culture quiz question before we get on to where can I find you next. What video game released in 1980 was the first to feature a power-up that allowed players to temporarily change the game's dynamics?
Pac-Man.
Man, yep.
There you go. There you go. With the power pedal. It was something new, something people hadn't seen before, and changed the whole dynamic of the game from the ghost chasing Pac-Man to Pac-Man chasing the ghost. All right. So that'll be it for that. Okay. Let's see. All right. So the final segment of the Saint, go ahead and kick us off with where we can find you next, brother.
Okay, not quite sure if I might be doing a very small stream tonight, but starting tomorrow, I'll be back on my gaming streams again. Definitely Tuesday, I am going to be interviewing a streamer. Her name is Yuta Kate Best, and that will be 9:30 Eastern Time, 6:30 Pacific. And then Thursday, once again, I am going to be getting down with Climax, but this time I'm going to be doing the entire band. I'm going to be talking to the entire band this time, and that's going to be on Thursday, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. So yeah, I'm trying to get that done.
There you go. And Rune Scryer, what is up with you, sir, over there on the...
I will be back on the night shift tonight, back with Horizon Zero Dawn. That's going to be tonight and tomorrow night, midnight Pacific time to whenever I start falling asleep.
to whenever he starts falling asleep.
Yep.
All right, my schedule looks pretty good this week, so I'm going to pray to the video game gods that I get in my streams this week. Starting on Tuesday, it's an NCAA football. But other than that, you'll catch me next on the Classroom at 3 p.m. or 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, with both O'Malley, at least O'Malley's voice, and Suave. We're going to talk some Week 3 NFL action, some basketball, as well as some stories about like Ricky Hatton passing away, God bless his soul. Former boxer, I believe he was a champion, I believe middleweight champion. It was Ricky Hatton. But yeah. So, all right, y'all. So that's it. Any last words for him, gentlemen?
Nah, just make it happen, Captain.
All right.
Let's get back to business.
All right, let's get rolling. We are out. You got a Saint?
Yep, I got us. We're raiding Creed, so.